Today we're going to go through the Vacu-Flush toilet system here. We're on a yacht. They're the same system on your RV. We'll go through the basic operation of it, from the toilets, the switches, and the holding tanks, and then we're going to replace the carbon filter in the holding tank. An important part to keep the smell down throughout your season. These filters come in a couple of sizes, so you want to make sure that you identify the location of your filter. It's above your holding tank, each of your holding tanks, if you have more than one holding tank, as this boat does. And what you're looking for is the diameter of the thread. So this is a large diameter. Many of them come with what's more or less the garden hose size. So quite a bit smaller than this. So check that out. You can order these directly from the manufacturer, or you can order them on Amazon or from your local marine supply store. Very common, easy to find. We're here in the V-berth ensuite bathroom in this yacht, and we have a Vacu-Flush toilet, of course, the shower behind me. And on the side wall here next to, you've got your light switches, and on the other side, you've got the fan and the run, sleep, on and off button for your Vacu-Flush system. What this does is it turns on the vacuum system down below and pressurizes your holding tank. It's very important, if you've never operated one of these, to make sure it's in the run position before you flush. Frankly, a ways before you flush, in order to build up the vacuum pressure in the tank so that when you flush, it'll pull things properly through the toilet. Also, key tip is to, when you flush, is to flush for about 3 seconds to allow it to get through the discharge pipe on the top of the toilet and into the actual sewer pipe that goes down into your holding tank. These toilets come with a pedal. When we push down on the pedal, it activates the flushing mechanism and allows the vacuum to pull the waste down. But if we lift up on the pedal, it actually adds water into your toilet bowl. This happens because the seal in the toilet around the bottom sometimes starts to get worn, and the system stays under vacuum while you leave, and it will slowly draw your water down and out. So in order to add water back in, you lift these pedals back up again. If you do have a leak in your system and you're not wanting to fix it at this point, my recommendation is just to put these into sleep mode after they have built up vacuum, and leave them in sleep mode when you're not using the toilet. Do remember to turn them back on in advance of using the toilet, because you have to have that vacuum build up. We're down here by the one holding tank in this yacht. So this is our waste holding tank for the forward bathrooms. Both bathrooms come into this holding tank, and the pumping system is in behind here. So it puts this tank under pressure, and then when you flush, it pulls the waste in through these two access points. The air then, as the waste fills up in the tank, has to discharge, and it goes through a hull port and out to the outside. But before it leaves the boat, it goes through this filter. So we've got our new filter here that we're going to put in, and we have to take our caps off, but we have to get the old one off. Now, these are normally just on hand tight, just snug, and these come in a multi-flow direction. So in other words, you can put them on in either direction generally, and that says here on it, it says air flows in either direction. So there's no risk of you putting it on the wrong way. So you can put it on either way. I like to put it on so I can read the label. It just looks pretty. So we'll get the old one off. That's our challenge now, and we'll see if it's on hand tight. These filters are always above the tank because you don't want waste to come in, and of course the air comes off the top of the tank, so it comes through and out the port. So you're always going to be looking above the tank. The one in the aft cabin was above the tank against the port side wall. This one is right in behind these bilge blowers. So we've unthreaded the one side of this, and it's got a little bit of a drip, so a little condensation. That's the end that goes out to the port, and then we have to move over to our second side, which is right there, and unthread that. So here's the old one. It's a good idea to have a garbage bag nearby to put these in. And now we can put the new one on, which is lighter, surprisingly. And it just threads into place. We'll reach up there and tighten it, but that gives you an idea. And then you have to do the other end. So, because you're in here, if you see any dust you want to clean up, this is your opportunity to get into it, because you are in a relatively dirty area. And you can see at some point one of the vacuum lines that empties this has lifted up and they've recocked it. So you know at some point this thing has seeped, so it's a good opportunity to do a bit of tidying up and wiping. I love ammonia, it cuts the smell, so I tend to use a glass cleaner with a heavy ammonia and give it a little bit of a wipe. So I'll show you what it looks like now. It's finally installed, looks nice and clean, everything's tidy now, so we'll give you a quick view of that. In a tight spot up here, next to these bilge fan lines, fresh and installed. So that's the pumping mechanism that puts the system under pressure, and after you flush, it pumps again, repressurizing the system. There are two here because there are two toilets feeding this holding tank. Once the system is pressurized again, if you've got proper seal at your vacuum gaskets, it will seal back up again, pressurize the tank, and be ready for the next flush. And in fact, you can see the tank is actually concaved a bit, showing the pressure in it. Nice little systems when they work well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of our latest videos.